How much do you think the iPhone in your pocket actually cost you? The price you paid is not the real price. The real cost of upgrading your iPhone every year is $47,000. And today, I'm going to prove it to you with numbers. In this video, we're going to look at three things. First, the real cost of every new iPhone, the one Apple will never show you during their keynote. Second, four hidden costs that add up quietly, while most people never notice them. And third, at the end of the video, I'll show you the exact calculation of what someone would have today if instead of buying a new iPhone every year, they had invested that same money for 10 years. Let me tell you the number now, $47,000. That's what Apple actually cost you. No hype, no exaggeration, just math. And at the end of this video, I'll show you the exact formula so you can calculate it yourself. Stay with me. Every year in September, Apple holds its big event, and every year the same thing happens. They present the new iPhone. The camera is better, the screen is brighter, the chip is 18% faster, and somehow, the phone in your pocket, the one you bought just 12 months ago, suddenly feels old. That's not an accident, that's design. Apple spends billions every year engineering that exact feeling, and it works. In 2023, more than 220 million iPhones were sold in a single year, many of them to people who already had a perfectly functional iPhone. And here's the trap. Nobody tells you the real cost. The ads show you the monthly payment, only $39 per month. What they never show you is what that money becomes after 10 years if it was invested in something that works for you. So that's exactly what we're going to calculate now, layer by layer, and I'll add the numbers so you can see exactly where we end up. Let's take a 10-year period, from 2015 to 2025. One person buying a new iPhone every year, always the base model. Ready? Let's start. Hidden cost. Number one, the real price of the phone. When you buy an iPhone, the first thing you see is the list price. iPhone 16 base model. $799 sounds reasonable. But most people don't pay cash. They finance it. And when you finance it for 24 months with the average credit card interest rate in the United States, that $799 phone turns into $920, $950, sometimes even more. Multiply that by 10 iPhones over 10 years, and the real cost of the device alone becomes between $9,000 and $9,500. Financed over 10 years, the accumulated cost is roughly $9,200, and remember, that's just the phone. We haven't reached the painful part yet. Hidden cost number two, accessories. The ones Apple quietly makes you replace. Every new iPhone comes with a change, a new connector, a new screen size, a new charging system. In 2012, Apple switched from the 30-pin connector to Lightning. In 2023, they switched again. From Lightning to USB-C, which means your cables, your charger, your dock, your case suddenly become obsolete. The average cost of replacing basic accessories every time you upgrade is between $80 and $150. New case, new cable, new charger, adapters. Over 10 years, that adds up to between $800 and $1,500. Running subtotal $10,700. Are you starting to see the pattern? Every upgrade Apple introduces becomes a new expense for you. Let's keep going. Hidden cost number three, resale loss, the one that hurts the most. Almost nobody calculates this. When you buy the new iPhone, what happens to the old one? You sell it, trade it in, or it ends up forgotten in a drawer. An iPhone loses between 40 and 60% of its value in the first year. If you bought an iPhone for $799 a year later, you might sell it for $350, if you're lucky. That $450 loss every year over 10 years means $4,500 in depreciation alone. Running subtotal, $15,200, and we still haven't reached the number I promised you. The worst cost is still coming. Hidden cost number four, opportunity cost. the invisible one, and the most important one. Every time you buy a new iPhone, you're choosing not to do something else with that money. You're choosing not to invest it. The S&P 500, the index of the 500 largest companies in the United States, returned an average of about 10.5% per year over the last decade. If instead of buying a new iPhone every year, you invested those $800 for 10 years at 10% annually today, you would have $13,750 in returns alone. Running subtotal $28,950. But wait, there's still one final layer, and it's the one that turns 29,000 into 47,000. Hidden cost number 5, plans, insurance, and cloud storage. Every new iPhone comes with more storage, 256 gigabytes, 512, 1 terabyte, which makes you choose a bigger iCloud plan because the phone deserves it. Add device insurance, Apple Care, about $10 to $15 per month. That's roughly $120 to $180 per year. Most people subscribe automatically and forget about it. Over 10 years, that becomes between $1,200 and $1,800. Final direct cost total, $30,750. Now let's summarize everything. Device cost financed, $9,200. Accessories, $1,100. Depreciation, $4,500. Opportunity cost, $13,750. Insurance and storage, $1,500. Total cost over 10 years, $30,050. So where does the 47,000 come from? That happens when the phone is financed with credit cards at about 22% annual interest, which is common in many Latin American countries. In that scenario, interest alone adds another $17,000 over 10 years, which means upgrading your iPhone every year for a decade can cost you between $30,000 and $47,000. To put that into perspective, that's a down payment for an apartment, a brand new car, 4 years of private university, or the starting capital for an investment portfolio that could grow to more than $300,000 by retirement. Now listen, I'm not here to tell you not to buy iPhones. That decision is yours. But I am here to give you real information so the decision is conscious. 3 things you can start doing today. Number 1, extend your upgrade cycle to 2 or 3 years. For 95% of everyday use, an iPhone from 2 years ago does exactly the same thing. Calls, photos, social media, messages. Upgrade every 2 years instead of every year, and the total cost drops almost in half. Number 2, buy refurbished or last year's model. Apple sells certified refurbished iPhones with 20 to 30% discounts. And when the new iPhone launches, last year's model drops about $200. Same phone, same quality, same iOS, $200 still in your pocket. Over 10 years, that change alone saves about $2,000. Number 3, calculate the real cost before every purchase. Before pulling out your credit card, take the price of the phone and multiply it by 1.6. That's roughly what it will actually cost you after depreciation, accessories, and interest. If that number still makes sense for you, buy it. If it doesn't, you already have your answer. Today, we saw that upgrading your iPhone every year can cost between $30,000 and $47,000 over 10 years. Not because the iPhone itself is expensive, but because the system around it, annual upgrades, financing, and fast depreciation works against you. Remember 3 things. Extend your upgrade cycle. Buy last year's model or refurbished. And always calculate the real cost before buying. In the next video, we're going to look at another hidden cost that might surprise you even more. The cost of leaving your money sitting in the bank while inflation quietly eats it away. And the numbers are brutal. If you don't want to miss that, subscribe to the channel. And if you enjoyed this video, hit the like button. I'll see you in the next one.